Hey, what's up, YangGang? So I just got this comment, quote from Stephen Hawking. If machines produce everything we need, the outcome will depend on how things are distributed. Everyone can enjoy a life of luxurious leisure if the machine produced wealth is shared, or most people can end up miserably poor if the machine owners successfully lobby against wealth redistribution. So far, the trend seems to be toward the second opinion, or second option, with technology driving ever increasing inequality. Andrew Yang is trying to correct this, and I thought this can't be a real quote from Stephen Hawking. So I did a little Google search and I found a HuffPost article from 10/8/2015, updated in 2017. Stephen Hawking says, "We should really be scared of capitalism, not robots. If machines produce everything we need, the outcome will depend on how things are distributed." And I was like, wait, what? By Alexander Kaufman. So the article says machines won't bring about the apocalyptic robot apocalypse, but greedy humans will, according to physicist Stephen Hawking. In an AMA session on Thursday, the scientists predicted the economy inequality will skyrocket as more jobs become automated and the rich owners of the machines refuse to share their fast proliferating wealth. And again, the same quote: "If machines produce everything we need, the outcome will depend on how things are distributed. Everyone can enjoy a life of luxurious leisure if the machine produced wealth is shared, or most people can end up miserably poor if the machine owners successfully lobby against wealth redistribution. So far, the trend seems to be toward the second option, with technology driving ever increasing inequality. Essentially, machine owners will become the whatever that word is, of a new era in which the corporations they own won't provide jobs to actual human workers. It is the chasm between the super rich and the rest is growing. For starters, capital, such as stocks or property, accrues value at a much faster rate than the actual economy grows, according to French economist Thomas Piketty. The wealth of the rich multiplies faster than wages increase, and the working class can never catch up. But if Hawking is right, the problem won't be about catching up. It'll be a struggle to even inch past the starting line." I thought this was really interesting. This is somebody who I would assume supports a universal basic income, although the source of it probably would be up to debate from him. But it seems to align exactly with what Andrew's saying. Having this AI automation technology gains be shared with the people. And I think it's really interesting that this is a real quote. I didn't know this. I don't know. I never hear Andrew talking about Stephen Hawking. He always says, like, Martin Luther King was fighting for it, Thomas Paine. Passed the Senate in the 70s twice. The Senate actually wanted more money. I think there was $800 a month back then, and they didn't pass it because they wanted more money. But really interesting. Stephen Hawking seems that he would have been YangGang. So I think that when you have an intellectual like that saying this, I mean, we all know it's true. We're not. I'm not trying to split hairs here and say like it needs to happen, but I think that even back then in 2015, Stephen Hawking was able to see this, and Andrew is often said that he's like a futurist or beyond his time, or he's too early on this, but he just did this New York Times editorial interview, and he said that he was disappointed in Obama. They had a relationship, and he said that there was an opportunity to do something coming out of the economic collapse of '08, and the government or Obama, I'm sure it's not, again, a president can't control too much, but he kind of dropped the ball on changing the economy to work for the people instead of the neo-capitalism that we have today. A lot of young people. I was actually I was just reading an article, and I saw this video, and it kind of all correlated together. So it's something I just kind of wanted to talk about. But it was the Trevor Noah Daily Show has like this young kid correspondent, and he went out and talked about why the youth like socialism, and he met up with like Bernie, and Bernie was saying, well, Venezuela and the countries that have fallen aren't really socialist or whatever. So I think there's an ignorance in our country. There's a lack of understanding about the roles of government or what the government role ought to be. And, a lot of people blame capitalism, but it's the same thing about blaming socialism. When Bernie says, "Well, that's not the socialism that I'm for," well, the capitalism that has provided such abundance in this country, people want to immigrate here for a reason, but the capitalism has been transformed to a neo-capitalism, which benefits only the small amounts of people. Which this is what happens. Power always consolidates, and power begets corruption, and it always goes, more narrow and narrow into the hands of the few. So there's a really good video. I'm going to post a link in the description below. This is just something that every American, I think, just has to understand. I don't know how we get through school without understanding this. We pledge allegiance to the flag for the republic for which it stands. Yet we've been so kind of dumbed down to this left and right paradigm of like Republican versus Democrat, which neither one of those stand for that type of government anyways. But our founding fathers set up this country as a republic. They came out of the Constitutional Convention, and the lady asked him, "What did you guys do for us?" And he said, "We set up a republic, ma'am, if you can keep it." That's like the famous quote. I'm sure it was different, but that's kind of the quote that gets shared around. And I think there's a lack of understanding of what a republic form of government is. And today we're brainwashed into this left and right. Are you progressive or are you conservative? And both of those types of governments are still in support of an oligarchy, meaning control by a few individuals. So our country is run by an oligarchy now, and the founding fathers set it up as a republic. So what is a republic? A republic is a system of government based upon the rule of law, and what it does is it limits the government's power based upon law. And a lot of people nowadays talk about democracy, how we want democracy, but a democracy is ruled by majority. And the famous saying is that if you have a home and you feel safe in your persons, where you can leave your home and know that you can come back to it, in a democracy, if 51% of the people wanted to build a road where your house is, they can take your home from you, and that's legal in a democracy. But in a republic, you're protected by your right to private property. So that's just the one example that is said over and over again about the difference between a democracy and a republic. I know we're not going to get back to our republic because power has been consolidated down to the hands of the few. But when we look at the economy, the same thing has kind of happened, where capitalism, where it should be free market, where two competing businesses, you go into a plaza and there's two barbershops, they have to compete for your business by offering the highest quality service or product if it's a different industry, but highest quality for the lowest price. And they compete for your business. And this stabilizes prices and keeps quality high while prices stay low. That's capitalism. And now we're in capitalism runs amok, where the barbershop has, like Walmart, they come into neighborhoods, small towns, and they run all the mom and pop businesses out of town. So their business model is to offer lower prices for the first about 5 years. All the moms and pop shops closes. All the ones that were actually in a free market competing for business, they all close. And then Walmart's able to jack their prices up higher than the mom and pop shops had them and make back the money that they lost for 5 years. So they're such a large corporation that they're able to lose money to get rid of competition. Once competition's gone, they jack the prices up higher than the competition originally had them. So this is not a free market. That's not how free markets work. That's neo-capitalism. That's what the problem is. And it's the same, the type of government consolidation to an oligarchy and the corporate or the economy, the free market capitalism is lost its way also to this neo-capitalism where, like I said, a corporation can lose money for years and years and years. And then once they cancel out all their competition, they can jack the prices up however high they want. Or you have something like the, healthcare industry, which to me, it's just like get insurance uninvolved in it and let doctors compete in a free market. They'll drive prices down, quality will go up. Where, I don't know. I could get way into this, but I just, this isn't what I want to talk about in this video. What I want to talk about in the video is the consolidation of power, whether it's in the hands of government or in the hands of the economy. This is the most important part, I think, about Yang. A lot of people talk about wealth distribution, how the lazy will just will just not work, and then somebody that's working so hard will pay for them. To me, it's like, it's not even about that. And it's not even about this freedom dividend of giving everybody money, but it's the decentralization of power. That's what I think is the most important. I think the number is arbitrary, the 1,000 a month, it could be whatever number, that's arbitrary. But what it serves to do is to take the power consolidation and spread it back out to the less powerful, giving them power. So when we all have an equal playing field, like Andrew says, our mental health will be better, our families will be better, our education will be better, our health will be better. These are the things that decentralization, that Andrew's plan of the universal basic income will serve to accomplish. This decentralization and consolidation of neo-capital money in the 21st century economy, this automation and AI. So I find it really interesting. I mean, I could talk about this for hours. I really think this is interesting. I don't know if you guys find this interesting. Leave a comment below. If I'm just rambling, I'm sorry, but I think this is what the most important part of Andrew's campaign is really about. It's about the decentralization, because, I don't think there's anybody out there that would argue against the benefits of truckers. So for automating trucking away. So let's say we have automated trucks. We're going to reduce accidents. We're going to reduce deaths. We're going to reduce people that are truck drivers have really poor health. I know a lot of truck drivers. The longer you sit all day in a truck, the worse you end up feeling, and their health kind of goes to crap. So you'll improve the lives of millions of people by not having to do this job, but you displace them, which is the part where power is consolidating, where the money is consolidating. So we have all these great benefits from it, but we're hurting people. And I think Andrew's humanity first, it's a slogan, but it's also his intention. And I think that's the part of the redistribution where we put humans above economic means, where we let the economy go to the hands of automation and AI, but that the people still maintain some kind of benefit from it. So anyways, super cool quote from Stephen Hawking. I'm just rambling now, showing my love for Andrew Yang, but I'm sure you can all agree with me. And if this was interesting, leave a comment below, let me know. If not, I don't have to make any more videos of my own opinions. And my dog's coming into the room. If you can hear him walking, I'm sorry about that. But yeah, guys, I don't know. It's just interesting. This is all just interesting. And I think it's so interesting that somebody, has come out of nowhere, basically, and attempted to do something to make our lives better. I've been alive now for, I don't know, a bunch of election cycles now, and none of the candidates aim to make your life better. None of them do. Andrew Yang's entire platform is well thought out ways that he can make your life better. I don't know how there's support for any other candidate when you look around the field and you don't see anybody looking to help make your life better. I think I said that in another video that I made, but I think that's the whole thing. Like, I think that should just be the Andrew Yang advertisement. Hi, I want to make your life better. I mean, that's really what it comes down to. So, but anyways, guys, I'm going to stop rambling here. Again, if you thought this was interesting, leave a comment. If not, I don't ever have to make a video like this again, but I just thought I would share my opinion, and I thought this quote was really cool and kind of a good segue to talk about these things that I've been thinking about and trying to figure out a way to express them. So, thanks for tuning in, and I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. Yang Gang.